everyone. Welcome to Karen's Corner. I hope everyone had a nice Easter, Passover, whatever your belief is, or maybe perhaps just getting out and enjoying some of the greenery and everything that we have due to all the rains we've received here in Southern California. So for today's practice, you're going to need a blanket or two to either prop your hips up or place under your head when you need it, and a couple of blocks. So let's just take a comfortable seat for a moment and settle in. There's a saying that says it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I'm sure you've all heard that. And in all honesty, I'm not liking the journey so far, especially in these last 30 days. I'm not liking it, I'm resisting it with every fiber of my being. And working whatever energy I have left over, I'm really trying hard to lean into it. And little sunlight is peeking through here and there, so it's reminding me that it is about the journey and I'm on the right journey. So with that in mind, you probably have heard me in class sometimes refer to this journey we take down the Yellow Brick Road. The Wizard of Oz is one of my all-time favorite stories, and the analogies in it, the metaphors, the meanings behind all of it are just beautiful. And we take these twists through our lives. We go down different paths. Sometimes we have to do a U-turn. Sometimes the road is under construction. Sometimes we trip on uneven bricks, and then we stop really quick and look around and make sure nobody saw us, because there's some embarrassment with that. So I thought today we would work a lot on twists and breathing through those twists and learning to lean into them and relax and really get in tune and have some comfort down these twists and turns of our lives. So let's start by coming all the way down on our backs. If you'd like to take one of those blankets or a pillow or something and prop it up underneath your head, that's great. So work your way all the way down. And take your time here. Go ahead and snuggle in a little bit, wiggle through the hips, the shoulders. Let the toes fall away from each other. And then gently pick up the head just a little bit. See if you can lengthen through the back of the neck. And then relax the head back down. Take a deep breath in, and then let the breath simply fall away. Let each exhale invite a little softening into the body. So don't worry if you take 1 or 2 or 10 exhales. Don't let my voice or my cues rush you. It's about your journey. Close the eyes. Shift the gaze down toward the heart. And then invite a little gentle smile into the eyes. And just visualizing that, you may experience a little softening of the skin here on the face. Perhaps let the corners of the lips turn up. Separate the teeth. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And then gently swallow, following that softness all the way down your throat. Inviting it to settle into your heart and eventually into the rest of your body. And just like any journey, sometimes we have to run, sometimes we walk fast. But during this practice, I really invite you to slow down and take your time. Let this next hour be just for you. to restore, to rest, to renew. So as we wander down our yellow brick road, the mind will wander sometimes in opposite directions. It just loves to do that, right? So invite it to wander back in and shift your awareness to your breath. Give the mind something to think about by following your breath in and following your breath out. And usually after a couple of 3 breaths, the mind will begin to release just a little bit. So resist the urge to get into a tug of war here with the mind. If you have to return to the breath again, 1, 2, 10 times, that's fine. Let go of the external energy you hear, voices in the distance, footprints, TV, music, dog scratching at the door, wanting in. And then see here if you can take about 5 more mindful breaths. Full breath cycles, following the breath all the way in, exhaling, following it all the way out. See if you can do that 5 times. Softening your attention here. So again, one of my favorite stories, particularly to use in a yoga class, is about the Wizard of Oz. And we're all very familiar with the story. We're traveling down this yellow brick road and we run into characters along the way, gentle reminders that we have wisdom, we have courage, and most of all, we have a heart. And all of those virtues are in us already. It's nothing to search for outside of ourselves. And we forget that sometimes, and we come back to it. But we also know that we're on this yellow brick road to enlightenment, to peace, to wisdom, internal wisdom, whatever it is you're searching for, this emerald city. And this emerald city called home, but this home resides in us with our breath, with that internal wisdom, with that courage, that strength, and with our heart. And I remind myself that of all the detours, the road construction, the tripping that I've done over bricks, the U-turns I've had to make in the journey, I have survived 100% of them. So we will get through this as well. And although we may not see that emerald city right away, we can learn to breathe into each of these turns in our lives. So whatever your experience in this moment for this practice, Bring the palms to the heart. And then take a moment to set a personal intention or an offering for your practice this afternoon or whenever you're viewing this video. Maybe it's in the morning, maybe it's in the evening. So whatever intention you want to guide you through your practice. And that may mean just something as reminding myself during the practice that I have that internal wisdom, that strength, that courage. And I do have that inner compass to guide me through this journey. So no fear if we trip over uneven bricks. We have to do a U-turn. So charge up that intention, that offering with your breath. Make it your own. And then as you release your next breath, release the palms out to the side, turn the palms up. And then once again, take another mindful breath in and out here. And then slowly begin to bring some larger movements back into your body. Float the arms up overhead. Point the toes in the opposite direction. Maybe stretch on one side and then the other. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Just like you're waking up in the morning or getting ready to go to bed at night. And then on your next exhale, draw both knees in toward your heart. Wrap your arms around your shins or underneath your knees and give yourself a gentle squeeze. Relax the shoulders here. Feel the stretch in your hips and your lower back and add a little rock if that feels right for you. Notice the shift of your body to one side and then the other, but always in balance. And then holding on to that right knee, either drop the left foot to the mat or extend the left leg long, whatever your lower back is telling you works best for you. And then see if you can take an inhale here, and then on the exhale, draw the knee just a little closer to you. Add some energy if you like by pressing through the heel and curling the toes back toward the knee. And then bring your left palm to your hip and begin some knee circles in one direction. Taking that knee just to a place that's comfortable. If you notice that that left hip creeps up a little bit, then make the circles a little smaller. So let that left hand remind you to stay grounded. And lots of options here. You can wiggle the toes, circle the ankle, keep the foot flexed, reverse the direction of the circle. And then coming to rest in center, take a full breath in here, and then with the help of your left palm, we're going to come into our first twist by drawing that knee all the way across our body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean into the twist a little bit. Inhale, come back to center. And then this time, find a comfortable place to hold. So for me, my knee is not all the way down, still warming up here. If it's easier for you to close the eyes, breathe that pose into your body. Feel the twist. Lean into it. And then maybe after another breath or two, you can find that you fold into the twist just a little deeper. So there really is no destination. The journey is the destination. So let each breath be a step, and let each breath be that destination. Inhale, come back to center. Hug that right knee in. Once again, give it a nice squeeze. And then extend that leg long. Float the right arm up overhead. Feel the length in the side body here. And perhaps even some unevenness between the right and left side body, because now the right side body will be just a little more open. Good. And we'll even that out. So right leg can stay long or bend into the knee. Draw the left knee in. Give it a nice squeeze here. Relax the shoulders. Notice if you're scrunching up your shoulders. If you are, soften a bit, let go. And then with your right hand on your hip to keep you grounded, just begin some knee circles in one direction. And again, make it your own. It's your journey, so personalize your practice here. Maybe you want to circle the ankle at the same time. Maybe you want to curl those toes back towards your shin. And if you find that that right hip is coming up at all, make smaller circles. And then reverse the direction of the circle. Come back to center. Hug that left knee in once again. Breathe into it, and then with the help of the right palm, exhale that knee across your body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. Back to center on the in-breath. And then soften into the twist. So again, my knee isn't coming all the way down, still warming up here. And if that left shoulder pops up, that's okay too. So just take a moment here to breathe into this twist, yeah. Perhaps observing how it may feel different from the opposite side. Each turn is a little bit different. Can you relax into the twist a little bit more with each out-breath? Listen to that internal wisdom. You'll know when you can go a little bit farther, and you'll also know when you've gone too far. So listen, if your body is telling you to relax a little bit, just untwist just a bit. Your next in-breath, we'll come back to center. Hug that left knee in once again. And then exhale the leg long. And draw the left fingertips up overhead. Grow tall and long through the side body. Gently come back to center, hug both knees in. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then coming back to center, gently move the knees away from you so you envision them over the hips. Bring your arms out to goalpost pose or to a T. Whatever's most comfortable on your shoulders. Pull the belly in toward the front of the spine. Just take an inhale and an exhale here too. Notice if you're anticipating the next posture, the next move. So stay present, look around, feel your body. And then on your next exhale, slowly release the knees over to the right. So we'll tune into the breath. When you're ready for your next inhale, whether your knees have hit all the way down or not is not important. Come back to center. And then exhale in the opposite direction. So you may want to close your eyes here and tune into the breath. Exhale out to one side, inhale back to center. So let the breath set the pace of the movement for you. So it doesn't matter if your knees get all the way down on the exhale. You're moving with the flow of your breath. So the next time you find those knees over to the right, this time drop them all the way down. So again, that left shoulder may pop up. If it does, that's okay. If it does pop up, just gently begin to nudge it back toward the mat. Doesn't matter if it gets there. And if that's not comfortable for you, you can take that arm up overhead or float it down by the side. Again, listen to your inner wisdom here. Take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, can you soften into this twist just a little bit more? So just like on a windy day, trees don't remain totally erect. They bend with the wind. So see if you can release into this twist instead of fighting against it. One more mindful breath here, please. And then use your next inhale to flow back to center. Pause in the middle for a full breath cycle here. If you want, you can hug the knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. And coming back to center, move those knees away from you so you envision them over the hips once again. Arms out in goalpost pose or a T. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, gently release the knees over to the left. And this time, bring them all the way down. So again, if that right shoulder pops up, that's okay. Lots of options here to nudge the shoulder back to the mat, or take that arm up overhead, or bring it down to the side. Close the eyes. Draw this pose into your body. Exhale, soften into it. On your next in-breath, gently come back to center. Pause in the middle for a full breath cycle and then draw those knees in. Always the option too to bring your palms underneath your knees. And let it go, maybe with some knee circles again, or just a gentle hug. And then coming back to center, again, push those knees away from you. You'll feel that natural curve in your lower back. Arms out into a T or goalpost pose. Full breath in here. Exhale, release those knees over to the right once again. And then bring the knees all the way down Take a breath or two here. Just notice how it may feel different from the first time you did it. It feels different from the opposite side. Begin to nudge that left shoulder back. Always bend the elbows. Take the arm up overhead. As we breathe into this pose, tap into that inner voice and ask yourself, what do you need right now? Do you need to release from the twist just a little bit? Or do you want to add on? If you'd like to add on, just slowly begin to straighten that top leg. And again, lots of options here. You can curl those toes back towards you, press through the heel, activate that top leg. Exhale into the twist. And slowly draw the top knee back. In breath, come back to center. Arms around the shins, nice squeeze in as we let go. And then move those knees away from you. Natural curve in the lower back. Arms out to a T. In breath here. Exhale, knees fall in the opposite direction. Again, if that left shoulder comes up, that's okay. Just begin to nudge it back. Take the arm up overhead. Take a moment to breathe into this twist. Is it perhaps just a little softer than the first time you did it? And if you do want to take it a little bit deeper, begin to straighten out that top leg. Always the option here, once again, to activate the leg by curling the toes back, pressing through the heel, maybe even shifting the gaze over to the right. I really encourage you to close your eyes, breathe into it. Draw the top leg back. Inhale, come back to center. Hook both knees in. And then option to either rock yourself all the way up or roll over to one side. Push yourself up and lift yourself up to a tabletop pose. So a great time to slip a blanket underneath your knees if you'd like. Once you get to tabletop, bring those palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then breathe through a few cat-cows. So on an inhale, lift head, heart, and tailbone. And then on the exhale, tuck chin in, pull the back of the heart up toward the sky. And then exhale, bring the big toes together, release the hips back to a child's pose. It's a great time to come back to your intention here. You know, sometimes, especially now, this journey that we're on is, we don't even have a map to help navigate us. We're questioning our internal compass. We're searching for that emerald city. Come back home. Come home to your breath. Every other challenge that you've been through, you've survived. You're here. Every detour, every U-turn. On your next inhale, gently come back to your tabletop. From here, Walk your palms out about 1 palm length so they just release underneath your shoulders, or they walk away underneath your shoulders. And then on an inhale, float those right fingertips up overhead. Option to follow the gaze if you want. Exhale, weave it underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale underneath the left shoulder. And then one more time, inhale up. And then we'll fold into this twist. Drop your right ear, right cheek to the mat. Breathe here. And then option to add on here. So you can roll over onto that right shoulder just a little bit more, taking that twist a little deeper. You can slide the left palm up overhead. Press the palm into the mat. That'll help with the shoulder twist. And if you just want to work a little bit on balance today or challenge yourself even more, toes can extend to the mat or lift the leg. Invite that pose into your body. Breathe into the twist. Drop that knee back down if it's lifted. Slide the palm in front of your face. Use your arm strength to lift you up. Take a moment here to breathe through a few cat-cows. And then we'll gently move to the opposite side. So again, walk your palms out about 1 palm print. Inhale, left fingertips float up overhead. Exhale, release them underneath your right arm. Breathe back up. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale. Really stretch long. And then drop left ear, left cheek to the mat. Take a moment to take a breath or two here. So acknowledge the twist first, and then add on. Sliding that right arm up, that's what you'd like. Taking a little bit deeper twist in the shoulders. Always the option to extend the the right leg. Or lift the leg up. Close the eyes here, breathe into it. Notice the breath. So if you find that the breath is struggling a little bit, that should be your cue to release. Drop that knee back to the mat. If it's lifted, slide the palm in front of your face. Use your arm strength to lift up. Shake it out with a few cat-cows. And then take a child's pose. Come home to your breath. And slowly begin to rise back up to a tabletop. Go ahead and take your blocks, place them at the front of your mat. And then coming back to your tabletop here, palms underneath the shoulders. On an in-breath, extend your right leg long behind you. Exhale, draw the knee in toward the nose, find that cat back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in. One more time, inhale, extend. Step that right foot up between your palms. Place your hand on your block, so give yourself as much space as you can, remembering that there's 3 heights to the block, so pick one that works for you. Knee in line with the ankle. Take a full breath here. Yeah, no need to hurry. And then on your next exhale, begin to straighten the leg, bend and straighten the knee. Letting the breath set the pace of the movement for you. And then the next time that leg is straight, with the heel anchored, peel those toes up off the mat. Energetically pull that right hip back. Inhale here, lengthen through the spine, and then see if you can melt your heart a little closer to your leg. Exhale, gently release. Plant all 4 corners of that foot back to the mat. Take that block and place it on the inside of your front foot. At the lowest height. On an inhale, float the right fingertips up overhead. Exhale, bring them back down. So that same action we were doing in thread the needle, inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up, we'll hold here. Spread the fingertips nice and wide, soften into that front knee. If it's appropriate for your neck, you can shift the gaze up toward the fingertips. If not, shift it down. Arm is nice and strong. Take an inhale here. Yes, you've got this. Exhale, see if you can soften into this twist just a little bit more. And if it's not comfortable for you to hold your hand up, just bring it around the back of your waist. Take another breath here, and then can you tilt your heart out just a little bit more. When you release your next breath, release from the pose. Frame your front foot, step back to a tabletop. Yeah, shake it out with a few cat-cows. If you have a down dog in your practice and want to lift up to down dog for a couple of breaths, that's fine too. If child's pose is what's calling to you, take a child's pose. And then coming back to tabletop. Inhale, extend that left leg long. Exhale, draw the knee in. Extend on the in-breath, draw in on the exhale. And then on this third one, plant that foot up between your palms, find your blocks. So take a full breath cycle here. This is the first step. This is the destination. Each step is your destination. Use your next out breath to begin to bend and straighten the knee. And as we're doing this and breathing, we're noticing if this side feels a little different from the other, that's okay. And then the next time that knee is bent, hold here, take that inner block to the lowest height. Full breath here, and then inhale, left fingertips sweep up overhead. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. We'll hold here, nice strong arm. Gaze up to the fingertips, down. If extending that arm is not comfortable, take it and wrap it around the back of your waist. Take a few breaths in, so we're drawing that knee back to center. Notice if it's gone out a little bit, or keep it towards center. And then can you begin to tilt your heart up toward the sky? exhale, gently release. Step back to a tabletop. Go ahead and shake it out with a few cat-cows. And then gently take a rest in child's pose. Three mindful breaths here in child's pose. And gently begin to lift yourself all the way up. Good. Go ahead and work your way to a comfortable seat. Take those blankets if you'd like and prop your hips up above your knees. So my socks say breathe in, breathe in and breathe out. Gentle reminder, right? Go ahead and rock your body from right to left and forward and back. Envision your heart perfectly centered over your hips, nice long spine. Palms to the heart here. As we gently remind ourselves of that intention, that offering, coming home to our breath, knowing that we have all that internal wisdom, that courage, that kindness, that love in our hearts already resides in us. On your next inhale, float the arms up overhead. Exhale, turn the palms away from each other, follow the breath out and down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, out and down. And then one more time, inhale up. And then a gentle twist over to the right this time. So one palm comes in front, one palm in back. So again, no need to hurry here. Take a breath or two in just this twist. On your next in-breath, can you lengthen a bit through the spine? And then on the exhale, can you take the twist a little deeper? Stay here. If you'd like to add a little neck twist, you can shift the gaze in the opposite direction. Take a moment to invite this pose into your body with the breath. So there's this game, I guess it's a game that I've seen on TV, where you put your forehead on this baseball bat that's vertical, it's sitting up. And you put your forehead on this bat and then you walk around the bat and make yourself dizzy. And then you lift your head up and then you have to go perform a task or something. You try and find your way, but you're obviously dizzy. And that vision has come to my mind so many times because I come up and I'm not quite sure whether I should be turning right or left or whatever. And it's kind of, I think, for me, a good metaphor for how this pandemic is. We're in uncharted waters. We have no idea when we're going to be released. We have hope. Inhale back to center. Take the breath beyond the fingertips and then float them to the mat, walk them away any amount. So we know eventually we will find our way. We just don't know when, right? And maybe that is what is unsettling at the moment. So I come back, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So I try and spend each moment of this journey being present. Walk the palms all the way back towards you. Uncross your legs and cross them in the opposite direction. Go ahead and anchor through the hips. Find your center once again and bring the palms to the heart. On an in-breath, palms float up. Exhale, out and down. 2 more times. Inhale up through heart center. Exhale, out and down. And one more time. Inhale up. Take the twist over to the left. 1 palm in front, 1 palm in back. Settle in first. Try not to be in a hurry here. So this weekend, after all the rains we've been getting in Southern California, in our neighborhood, there was not only 1, but 2 rainbows. 2. They were beautiful. Everybody went flying out of their house. On an in-breath, grow long. See if you can fold into the twist a little deeper, and if you want to take that chin to the opposite direction, that's fine too. So breathe into the twist. And it was just amazing to see everybody come out of their houses taking pictures of this rainbows. And I thought, okay, well maybe there's hope. There's light. And we have survived everything we've been through so far, right? I trust that we'll come out of this. Be present through each step of your journey. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Walk them away any amount. Gently bow. And then slowly begin to walk your palms all the way back. Uncross the legs. Shake them out just a little bit. Center yourself on your mat once again. Pull the belly in, and then using your core, slowly begin to lower yourself all the way down. Take your time here. Hug both knees in, give yourself a squeeze, add a little rock. And then release those knees over to the right here. Just coming into one final twist before we settle into our Shavasana. If you'd like to take that arm up overhead, that's okay. And the next inhale, gently come back to center. Pause in the center for a full breath in and out. And then exhale over in the opposite direction. Arm can go up overhead, out to a T. Inhale, come back to center, give yourself one final squeeze. And then collect up any layers or props that you want to use to support you during your Shavasana. When you're ready, extend the legs long. Pick a palm position that works for you. Arms out to the side if you like. Up receiving, down more grounding. Or you can always bring your palms to your belly or one to the heart and to the belly. And then with the eyes closed, shift the gaze down toward the heart once again. Take a mindful breath in here, and as you exhale, drop into that place of home. So there's a Taoist saying that says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with your first step. So we're on this journey. Can each step, just take one step and let that step be your destination. One breath. One breath brings you back to this moment, this place of home. Drop into that place of home. Each exhalation, an invitation to soften, to relax, to lean into it just a little bit more. And then keeping your eyes closed. Finding that place of home, your breath. Take a deep breath in. Follow the breath all the way out. As you begin to invite some movement back into your body, a rock of the head, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe taking that stretch again, just like you're waking up in the morning or getting ready to go to bed at night. And then draw the knees toward the heart and give yourself a squeeze and work your way over to the right side. No need to hurry here. Just stay here for a few breaths on your right side. And then use your arm strength to push the mat away from you. Gently working your way back to a comfortable seat. And then drawing the palms together at the heart, sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice in-breath here, and as you exhale, drop chin to chest. Bow into your hands, your heart, and your internal light. So this journey that we're on begins with our very next step, our very next breath. Listen to your inner voice, and let your internal light guide you on your journey. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you all for coming.